Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for clicking and for watching and really appreciate it. Welcome to the Building a Free Video Game Collection in 2023. As always, I'll stick a link around for you to catch up. I'm sure you know what to do. I would like to start by saying just thank you to everyone that's subscribed and to everyone that's been watching the videos. It really is nice to know that, you know, even if a couple people watch these and enjoy them, it's really nice to know that you're enjoying it basically. So cheers guys, thank you very much, it means a lot to me, thank you. So enough of that, let's just crack on with it, shall we? I know what you're here for. So, second week of Carboots this time of the year, which is just unheard of, but really happy about it. So I think this week actually, it's all Carboots. Didn't get anything anywhere. I'm not gonna lie, I've been a bit busy, so I didn't really have much of a chance to do my usual trips where I'll go past the charity shops and things this week. So luckily there was a car boot on, otherwise this episode probably would have been, I don't really know what I'd have done, but I didn't have to worry because car boot was on. So let's crack on, let's do what you were here for. So I'm going to start by getting rid of one random thing. Can you remember last week we bought the, I said PS2, but it was a PS3 camera, just the cable, because I think I'll need it later down the line. Same again, I bought just this lying around. It's a Wii AV cable. 50p, so I'm going to take it off anyway because it came out, but it's handy to pick these up when they're that cheap, when they're lying around, because you will come across someone selling a Wii that wants 3-4 quid for it, but they won't have any cables with it. I always pick these up, and I'm not going to lie, probably over the last, I think last year I managed to piece together 2 Wiis. But I mean, the piecing together cost me just a few quid and I sold it for 20 odd. So it's really worth picking these up if you see them. Like I said, when we had the Wii couple back, they've got really strange ends. So anyway, pick those up when you see them 50p. While I'm on the topic of Wii, I found a Wii remote just on its own. Nothing else was with it. This would have been £2. So this is £2. I bought this with something else, which I'll do next. But this was £2 worth of the deal. Seems absolutely fine. Didn't have batteries in it. It needs a bit of a teeny tiny clean. It should be okay though. Yeah, just a little tiny bit of warm water and quite a bit of bicarb soda. You don't want to clean it when it's wet, by the way. You just want to be able to dab it. That usually breaks it down well. Don't get it wet in there if you're going to do it. You've got to just ever so lightly damp. But yeah, a bit of bicarb, a bit of white vinegar as well. But you've got to be careful not to get it wet. Don't take my advice and get it wet and not be happy when it don't work. But CEX will take that, I have no doubt about that. It's got a bit of a funny back. Feels quite nice actually. But yeah, they won't have a problem with that. So we got a Wii remote. Moving on to why I said that was £2. If you remember, I said I missed out on a DS last week at the car boot. Well, didn't miss out this time. It wasn't as cheap as what the other guy got. So this and the Wii was £9. But he wanted a tenner for this. I got him down, asked him for 5, he said 7. £2 for the week comes to 9. Yeah, did I charge it? Oh, I did. Okay, it's run out of charge, but it works fine, absolutely fine. So, something about a Nintendo DS, few things. Make sure the pixels are all there. No dead pixels. They're not too fussy about these. The serial bar on the back, you have to have that number. If there's no serial number, don't buy it. Well, no, you can buy it. It's still sell on Facebook. It does nothing. It's a sticker. But CEX, our fantastic overlords, don't want it without the code. They put the code into the system. So if you intend on taking it to CEX, I think you get about 20 quid or so for this. So this will get us some pennies, this will. Really nice condition. Something else to look out for, if there's something wrong with the batteries, the back bulges. So keep an eye out for a bulging back. You'll have to replace the battery, and they're not expensive, they're not cheap. I think last time I bought one was about 5 quid or something, but just consider that into your costs. Yeah, black Nintendo DS, as if you saw my video with my game room tour, I've got a few DS's. I've actually got a black one already. I've got this exact one already in my collection. So this one's going to be making its way to CEX, maybe Facebook, I don't know. Again, second part of the video, I'll come back and tell you exactly what I did, but black Nintendo DS, happy with that. So I'll do the games. So again, I didn't get too many games this time. I'm doing better with the hardware at the minute, these first 2 weeks. Guitar Hero, this was 50p. Guitar Hero 3, Legends of Rock. I am useless at these games. I am terrible. Friends of mine, when I was a lot younger, in secondary school, they used to have a band. My mate tried to teach me how to play guitar. Nah, fingers don't work, they ain't doing that. But I'm useless with the Guitar Hero guitar as well. But anyway, that was 50p, that one. Portal Knights. This was £1. He wanted £2. He said £2, and then as I was trying to get, I don't know what this game is. It turns out right because he asked for £2. I thought, well, I'll have a go because it's PS4. As I'm rummaging, it was dark. As I was rummaging through my bag trying to find some money, he goes, "I'll just call it £1." I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, didn't haggle him, just went from £2 to £1 in a second, which is a good thing because it's worth. I think I get £2 for it, so yeah, £1 profit because of that. But yeah, don't know anything about that game. But he didn't have any other PS4. It was just that one game. I have a feeling he did, but I was a bit behind. Yeah, I think I missed out. I think I got the remnants of somebody else's pick up there. But anyway, happy with it, £1. FIFA Streets, I dropped the ball here, sorry. This I paid £1 for. I think you get about 70p, so there's going to be a loss on that. Might be able to get it back on voucher actually. I need to have another look. It's got the top, it's battered. I'm gonna have to I think I've got some leftover cases lying around somewhere just to make sure CEX. They charged £12 for it at some point in time. I don't know whether you can tell the dates off these stickers. But yeah, £12 at some point. You don't get that now. That's a loss. And that was a loss as well. I paid £1 for it. I think this is the remake. Tomb Raider Anniversary. I think this is where they remade the first game. I've played it on 360. It's good. I think this is the one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Looking at the back. Yeah. Loss again though. Couple pence. I think it's about 70p. So we're only talking a couple p loss, which we'll get back from other things. But like I say, can't win them all. I had to get. They had loads of Wii games. That was the only one I thought may get us some money. So that was it. That was all the games again. Back to the hardware. So what I'm going to do is, let's do this. So got some 360 controllers last week. Got another one this week. So this was £4. This one. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So beautiful, in fact, this one. I think I'm just going to rummage through my existing 360 controllers and see if I can probably keep hold of this one and swap it around for trading in one not in as perfect a condition. It's absolutely love it. I have tested it. It works fantastic. So £4. CEX will give us a tenner for it. There won't be any problem with this. But I'll show you something shortly in regards to what I might do with this. But yeah, this is beautiful. £4. £4, can't go wrong there. Same guy, so £4. You know, something else, 360 controllers, you can't have them opened up. That you break the seal on the sticker at the back where you take the screw out. For PS3, they need to be able to see the numbers in the barcode down the bottom. Again, if they haven't got it, it doesn't impact the use of the controller in any way. You can sell on Facebook, eBay, anywhere you want. It's just a CEX thing, but something to be aware of. And they do wear off because your fingers sit there when you're playing, so they're rubbed off all the time. This one, I won't lie, I plugged it in, it didn't turn on. It didn't work. Got off the same guy as the 360 as well, the controller you've seen. It's in beautiful condition, but it doesn't work. But I've had this happen to me before, and it starts working again. I think it might be something to do with this small reset button in the back, or hooking up to an actual PS3. So I might have to do that a little later. But at this moment in time, filming this, I am yet to get this to work. So I do have 3 or 4 spares and repairs PS3 controllers. It might be a dead battery I can swap. Might be the charging port, which to be honest I'm going to struggle with because I ain't got a solder iron, but I might be able to swap the guts around and put the shell on. PS3, when you reshell them, the screws are on the sides, so there's no stickers to break. So you can fix these up and trade them in CEX. Make sure you do it properly. I don't agree with giving CEX broken things for profit, because there's someone on the other end of that. You know, you don't want a kid to go think that they're going home and playing and they can't. So I'm not down with that. But I'll see if I can fix this. Or if it's even broken. Anyway, not working. I jabber too much sometimes. So the last thing this week, which I managed to get the Carboot, is, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to plug this up. Look, there's cables. You don't care about cables, but there's cables all with it. HDMI and a chuck. Another Xbox 360. Now, this is a black one. I can't remember what this model was called. Xbox 360 S in black. It's never been opened up. So, this was one of those guys that opens up his van and has loads of electricals. 9 times out of 10, they do not work. 9 times out of 10 ain't fair. 7 times out of 10, 6 or 7 times out of 10, they ain't going to work. So be aware of that. There's a reason they've got their hands on so many of them. You wanted 15 quid for it. At first glance, it looks that there's some scratches on it, but there's no sound to it. One thing you can always check if you're curious, little button back there, lift up, see if it's got a hard drive. This is 250, I think it was. Yeah, 250. So you can check if it's got a hard drive by doing that, nice and easy. Check that. It was actually a really nice fella, and I offered him a tenner. He said yes. So £10 for this. I have had a quick test, as in turned it on. I was going to play the game where I open it up and see if there's a disc. There weren't a disc. Sorry, I took that opportunity from us. Turned it on. It went on the telly. I used this controller that we just saw to test it. It seems to work absolutely fine. It's quiet. So I think it got jammy, but this seems to work fine for a tenner. Really, just scratches on it, just scratches. Not only that, it did come with a controller, but this is the controller. I don't know if you can see, but something has ate away at that. I don't know what's happened to this poor fella. I'd say a dog, but it's not, because there's no bite of the mouth. I think someone just sat there and picked this poor fella apart. This doesn't work, surprisingly enough, so this is just going to go in with the bag of where those PS3 controllers live for spares and repairs. Always keep spares and repairs. The case, once I tidy it up, the buttons are nice as well, different colours buttons. You can recycle the buttons, so they can come in handy. It's got a back as well, which is always handy. It hasn't been opened up before, so it's not completely worthless. But that came with it, but it ain't going anywhere for the time being. That needs to be turned into something else later down the line. It's got some nice buttons, actually. Nice buttons. Anyway, that came with it. But £10 for this Xbox 360. Not sure what we're going to do with that. And that's it. That was it from the Carboot this week. Not too bad. So we got 2 consoles, got a couple controllers, and just a few games. But yeah, same as always. I'm now going to leave you. I'll be back. Let me go see what I can do with all this, and I'll be back when we can see, shall we? See you in a bit. Right, so flash of a second for you. Whole day's gone by for me, and there's been some developments in that time. That Xbox 360 that we had from last week that is still outstanding, we haven't sold just yet. Good news is that sold last night. So what I did with that was, it went a bit funny. So that's the one we bought for £15. I put it up for 40 quid on Facebook. No interest. Drop that down to 30 quid. No interest. No one messaged. Dropped it down to £25. People started replying, asking if I'd take 20. But I was thinking, I'm only going to make a £5 on this. I had a moment's inspiration, took it down, put it back up. But do you remember that bunch of Xbox 360 games that we saved from the first or second week and we set aside? I put that with it, put it back up for £40. So it was the £15 Xbox with those Xbox 360 games that were free because they'd already been paid off in weeks 1 or 2. They were just sitting there now. Put them up for 40, sold them last night for 30. So not bad. I had a couple of bits of interest, but someone said I'll come collect it right now for 30. So a lot of the time it's good to take that deal. So I'll put it up there right now before we get going on the other bits. £30 added. So yeah, back to where we were. So visited CEX. They took everything again. We're doing so well with them accepting things at the minute. So thank you very much. Thank you. Couple bits then. So I'll go over what we got for what we traded in. So £5 for the Wii remote. We got £2 for Guitar Hero on Wii. We got £2 for Portal Knight on PS4. We got 50p for the Tomb Raider anniversary on Wii. So that's actually a 50p loss, but hey ho, these things happen. And we got £10 for the outstanding black Xbox controller. We also got £30 for the Nintendo DS. What I did have to do with that is it didn't have a charger. Luckily, I've got a few spare chargers from picking up things last year, and well, a few of them from years before gone by, to be honest. So I had to chuck one of those chargers in with it, but that's fine. So yeah, we got £30 for that. So in total, with that, we got £49.50. So let's chuck that up there. We didn't get any vouchers. We just took all the cash this time. But I do believe that puts us over the 3 figures there. I think we're into the hundreds now, which is fantastic. Considering last episode we ended with making a loss in cash, we've now bumped that right back up. Not only that, you probably noticed there's a few things that I didn't mention, which we're going to keep. So first thing I'm going to point out is keeping hold of this. I'm not going to show you every time, but remember, pick these up. That stayed with us. That's the side. The game I didn't mention. Turns out I don't have this. I didn't know I didn't have this. I had a quick check. Good thing I did. I need this one in the collection. So this one's staying with us. FIFA Streets. That's going to the side. The PS3 controller. So I mentioned it didn't work last night. I had a very quick play with it. I literally plugged it into my PS3, charged it, pressed the on button. It turned on fine. I don't know what the crack with that is. If you do, please put a comment in there to let other people know, but it didn't work at all. Second I plugged it in, boom, connects, done. I am keeping this because I currently have 3 PS3 controllers. This will make 4, and to me, 4 controllers is a complete set. So I always like 4 Wii, 4 Xbox 360, 4 PS3, 4 Xbox One. I think I've only got 2 PS4, I think. But in case friends come round, I like to make sure I've got the full 4 that most games can take on. So this we're keeping, which is fantastic. Not only that, the Xbox. I'm keeping this. Why? I don't really know. You probably noticed I've got 3 Xbox 360s box behind me, and I have my existing one. So this will be my 5th Xbox I'm going to keep. I just like it. I don't have this one. I don't have this model. It's black. It works perfectly, which is a surprise. Yeah, it's just a really nice one. It's got a 250 gig hard drive in there. I just want to keep it. Xbox 360s. I think it is my favourite console of all time. To be honest, if I'm really honest with myself, I think it really is. So this is staying with me. Not only that, I'm not going to show you the cables, but the cables are with it. The controller that came with it, I mentioned I was chucking that just in the spares and repairs. I did have another couple 360 controllers. I had another look, and the good news is, this is a spares and repairs. This had some issues with it. It had one of the analog sticks was completely worn down, like one of them was, like this one was. And the inside, there's a small bit of rubber that sits underneath the buttons, and it sort of gives that sort of, it's what sits on the circuits to tell it that you're pressing the buttons. It had broken in this, so what I've done is I've took it out of that one, which you can now tell because the buttons don't stick up, they're just flat, there's nothing behind them, they're gone. And I nicked the analog, but I got rid of that and nicked it off another one, to be honest with you, so I took it off a different one. But yeah, that pad has been took apart. I'm still going to keep it because I'm going to use these buttons, so it'll be spares and pairs for someone else, but it fixed up this one perfectly, so it wasn't a waste, and the Xbox 360 and the pad for free. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. So an Xbox 360 for free, FIFA Streets, and the PS3 pad, and a good chunk of cash back. So yeah, really happy with that this week. Yeah, really happy. So we're gonna move on. There's a little bit extra at the end here, so I'll just move on to that, shall I? Right guys, I'm not 100% sure what video I'm actually going to be adding this to, but the CEX Roulette showed up earlier today, and obviously you've only got a certain amount of time to return this if you don't win on it, basically. So this is our second spin of the wheel, or roll of the dice as it were, to the roulette we did just a few episodes ago. I'll stick a link around me if you just want to go back and watch that one. It's towards the end of the video if you just want to skip to it. So yeah, it's come back. Now I have to apologise, I actually just recorded myself opening this, so I know what it is, but I stupidly didn't take any of my details off the front of the box, and I've just been doing that with it for the better half of 5 minutes. So unfortunately I can't use that footage, so it's not as great as me opening it up as last time. I do apologise, but I still want to show it you anyway. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm sure if you watch the other video you know which game it is. It is of course Castlevania, the new generation on the Mega Drive. The case is in very good condition. It's got the tag missing off the top, but I'm not too bothered about the tags, to be honest. They're often missing. The artwork's good. The box is actually quite firm still, but yeah. Second go, and there's still no manual in it. It's not the same game as in the one I returned and been delivered back to me, which I've had before. It's just, and I know that because the other one had loads of scratches on the inside of the case, which again I find this one doesn't have any. So it's not the same game. The cartridge isn't discarded like the last one. The cartridge is fine. The whole thing's fine, to be honest. And again, if it was a cheaper game, I'd be more than happy to take it. But this is a £140 game. It does baffle me how, and again, I appreciate CEX and you know, they make collecting easier for people like myself. But when someone bought this in and you gave them £90 odd cash, you know, did you not, is it not on like the checklist for the manual on this sort of game? I mean, I can bring in an Xbox game for £1 and you say no because there's a small scratch in the corner, but this, no, you know, come on, please, just, it's one of them, isn't it? But unfortunately, yeah, I'm going to have to take this one back again. It's not the end. Again, I said it wasn't the end last time. It won't be the end this time. We will get this game I will own complete with a manual, but that's 2 now, which everything's been absolutely fine. Just no manual. So it's heartbreaking, isn't it? But you know, that's why it's a roulette. But yeah, so unfortunately, second spin didn't work either. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to return this and I'm going to give it a little while. I'm going to keep an eye on the stores. You can use the app and do a store finder, see what's there. I think I'm going to wait a little while for that to change so that 1 or 2 can leave and new ones come in stock. Because I'm part of a good Facebook group that sort of keeps track of these things, and I do believe that everyone left now after ordering this from what I've seen the last day. There's no manuals left. I was hoping this would have been the last one with it, but apparently not. So yeah, so thank you very, very much for joining me. Thanks for watching, much appreciated. Look after yourself, guys.